Hey, coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Our guest coach series continues with this episode as we take a look at the belly sweep with Coach Ed Sadloch. More about that in a moment. Let's pay some bills and do our usual commercials. Hey, the gun power system is out there. The manual is there for you. Don't expect anyone to run everything in this system because I'll be honest, we never ran it all in the same season. But it's a great menu to draw from. It can give you ideas. You're looking for answers in your offense. You can find something in this system. It's perpetual. I keep updating it. Once or twice a year. Right now I'm working on the first updates. And we'll get those out just as soon as I can. Everybody that buys the system manual, their name goes onto a list, their email does. And when I update it, you'll get the updated system, I guess, 2.0, 3.0, whatever, however you want to do that. It'll just come to you in email. It'll say, System Update from Football Talk with Coach Chip. It is expansive, detailed, includes, I said updates. It tells you how we put it in. It talks about what we were thinking when we did it. Drills, tons of video links that you can click on and actually see it in action and hear how we did it and see how we did it after you read it. And if you order it today, you will get the wristband creator on Excel. It's a great thing to have, even if you go with one-word calls or you've got signals. Being able to fall back on wristbands is something that's invaluable. We went to wristbands 20 years ago and then got away from them, but realized we needed to have them sometimes. And so that's why we did it. If nothing else, you can create wristbands for your quarterbacks where you can do the bundling and all that good stuff. All right, the offensive line manual for gap down backer blocking, unleashing the power of angles and leverage is now available on Amazon. If you haven't gotten the ebook yet, you need to check that out. I'm not going to read all this to you. You can pause it and read it for yourself if you're interested. It's only $29.99. I didn't come up with that number, they did. But hey, they're the marketing gurus, so hey, always listen to the experts is what I say. Coaches, if you're one of the longtime viewers, subscribers to Football Talk with Coach Chip, and you've got the ebook already, no need to buy this. Hit me up and I will send you an updated version if it didn't already update, because I've updated the ebook on the Google Drive and I just don't know enough about it if it updated it for you or not. There's 15 new video links that are more detailed than the ones that were in the original. You don't have to pay anything for it. I'll go ahead and send you the updated one. Just let me know that you ordered it and I will send it to you. Just, say, hey, Coach, he said, can I get the update? I've already had several guys take me up on it. And if you haven't bought the ebook and you're one of those guys that likes having the paperback copy, you can order it from Amazon. I made sure there was a lot of the pages have plenty of white in them, margin, if you will. So you can write, you can highlight. But if you'll buy it on Amazon, screenshot your order, email it to me at seagle.chip@gmail.com. I will also throw in the ebook. So you can be reading it at the house one night and say, this is good stuff right here. We're going to put this in. This is where we're going to start blocking this. This is what we're going to teach on this. You can show it to your coaches as a presentation because the ebook is a Google slide. And you can just click on presentation mode, show it to your coaches, show it to your linemen, your players, in meeting. And you've got both. You got the best of both worlds. You've got the one that you can write in and highlight in, and put page spacers in there, tab it up, whatever you want to do with it, a working, functioning book, the way God meant it to be. And then also fall back on the ebook that will serve as something for your meetings for presentations. So check that out. It's on Amazon. It's called The Offensive Line Manual for Gap Down Backer Blocking, Unleashing the Power of Angles and Leverage. And you can find it on Amazon.com. All right, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's how we can make it. It just makes it so much better for old Coach Chip when the people that watch subscribe. It doesn't hurt you at all. You won't get deluged with spam emails. If you do, it ain't on me. It ain't coming from me. You get an email from me, so I'm responding to you, usually the way it goes. But some of y'all, I may hit you up and ask you to do something for me, like come on the podcast. So please like this video and subscribe today to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Speaking of the podcast, available on Spotify, Apple, and all other major podcatchers. If you have an idea for a video for the channel or a podcast guest, hit me up at seagle.chip@gmail.com. We are in the mid-40s now on episodes. That's not bad. We've been doing it now for 9, 10 months. Only missed 2 weekends along the way. It hits every Sunday morning. It hits like at midnight on Saturday, in the straddle of Saturday and Sunday. So when you wake up on Sunday morning, a new episode should be there waiting for you. And if you haven't listened yet, you've got 45 episodes to choose from with college coaches, high school coaches, middle school coaches, youth league coaches, all just talking ball with Coach Chip. And recently I've had some really good ones here recently. I'm getting better at it. I appreciate all of you guys that have come on it and just given of your time so graciously, and we appreciate it here. I can tell you that. All right. Coach Ed Sadloch recently retired after 5 decades of coaching high school ball in New Jersey. He was a head coach for 37 of those years, won 264 ball games, all in the state of New Jersey. He won multiple state titles, running basically the Delaware WT. He was a guest on the podcast recently. That podcast will be up in its entirety on April 13th of 2025. I have to say the year because who knows how far in the future somebody's listening to this or watching this video. Then in 1999, this is what I learned from him on the podcast. He had a really good quarterback, and he said, this kid can spin it. He went and visited with some college guys. They gave him some concepts, and he started marrying the Delaware WT with some gun stuff, with some college/pro style passing schemes, and eventually was running something similar to what I was running much later, like 14 years later. He was 14 years ahead of me doing that up there in New Jersey at Cedar Grove High School, where he won several state championships and won over 200 of his games as a head coach up there at Cedar Grove in New Jersey. He was so giving of his time. Heck, the only reason we ended the podcast is because I was running out of time because my podcast is limited to an hour. And so then I got the idea, make him a guest coach for this new thing that I've started doing. You probably have seen the one with Coach Clint Humphrey on the Army offense. Go back and look at that. That's a great one. It was so much into it, we had to do 3 episodes. I had to break it up into 3 episodes. And then, of course, recently with Coach Cody Collette from out in Arizona talking about his G lead or his lead G, however you want to say it. That's a great one, too, if you haven't seen that one. But Coach Sadloch, what I did was I took part of the conversation I had with him and I dubbed it over some video and some diagrams. And his part is about 4 minutes, if it's that long, where he explains how they ran the belly sweep. And it's a great play. It's a great add-on if you're and you don't have to be under center. Now, it's diagrammed under center, but I'm going to show you some video clips of him running it from gun. And so let's get started, and let's let Coach Sadloch walk us through how he and his teams ran the belly sweep. All right, Coach Sadloch, take it away. If you don't mind, can you walk us through how you blocked it?
Okay.
Belly sweep.
Okay. Again, let's go out of a basic Delaware 100 formation, which would be tight end wing right, fullback dive back, and quarterback under center. Okay. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're going to go belly sweep to the left. So we're trying to make that belly cross block as real as possible. Okay. So the tackle will block down, and the guard will pull and try to hook the first man outside the tackle.
Okay.
The wide receiver will block the corner. Okay. Now the dive back, again, we teach the dive back when we're coaching belly to do the same steps, go into the hole. You're going to meet the linebacker in the hole, because if he sees full flow, he's not going to wait. he's going to come. So don't expect him to be sitting there at 3 or 4 yards, bouncing up and down. So we try to teach that dive back to get into that area and block the linebacker. Okay.
You talk about the fullback.
No, I'm talking about the dive back block, the dive back. Fullback is going to fake. This is the key. I think this is one of the key coaching points. He's going to do his belly steps, open up his hands, give me a good fake, and then on his left foot he's going to plant and wind back. That's going to hold your backside linebacker. Okay, and so technically he is filling for the backside guard who is pulling. Okay, the backside tackle will what we call pull check, so he'll just almost try to replace the backside guard, but also the fullback will be there too. The tight end will release on the safety. So now, quarterback reverse pivots, puts the ball on the fullback's hip, then steps back and hands it back to the wingback who leaves on the snap. He does not leave anywhere any sooner than that. And then the quarterback will bootleg away. And ideally, you'll have a backside guard and the back on the flank. Now, like I said, the biggest key is the fullback wind back. If he sells it, he's going to take that backside linebacker out of the play. The front side linebacker is taken out by the dive back because he's showing it's a run.
Right.
So now you've eliminated the second level. So basically you're blocking the first level, and then all of a sudden now you're in the secondary with your guard and your back.
And it's almost kind of like a waggle blocking because the play side guard is logging and the backside guard's getting outside. So it's kind of like a waggle keep, but you're giving it to the wing back who's coming around.
Exactly.
Now, some people, don't they do a short tail motion with that wing back?
I have never seen it. I've got it from a fellow by the name of Don Smolin, who him and I run camps and clinics in Jersey here. He's been doing it for quite a little bit longer than me. And, it's the same thing. It's that fullback wind back and now your quarterback's getting out of the way too. He's going, he's holding that backside of the defense because he's faking a bootleg. So, it's the whole premise of the Delaware is deception and so many different plays off of one series or something like that.
I'd like to really thank Coach Sadloch for doing that, but don't go away yet. He also sent some video clips that I'm about to show you. All right, I've got 3 clips for you, coaches, that Coach Sadloch was kind enough to send over to Football Talk with Coach Chip. This one is under center. The other 2 are in gun, and you will see that you lose a little deception. We all know that. When you get in the gun, you lose a little deception as opposed to being under center. But this is one where they're going to run it to the right, to the top of the screen, and you'll get to see it in action. I know the diagram was to the left, but here it is to the right. See, one of them missed logging. It's a great thing about watching high school film. It's never going to be as perfect as the diagram. Now, notice no motion because it takes enough time with the belly fake. He's going to do, we always taught flat, crossover, go for our belly footwork. And the quarterback's going to put it on the hip. He does not put it in the fullback's gut. So there's no risk there of a turnover. A quarterback have a death grip on that cockeyed football right here. You can see the 2 guards pulling. The front side guard is supposed to log. Now this is versus an odd front, so it is a tad bit different than the diagram, which was versus an even front. See if that fullback gets a little bend back like he's supposed to right there. Boom. Bending back right there. Yeah, he should have collided with that kid. But notice the linebacker, he thinks it's belly, so he's on a collision course to blow up that fullback, which takes away his pursuit angle. That makes it work right there. That's a good one, cuz. But they get that line blocked up. Both linebackers step up. Look at the backside linebacker. Ball's way out here. Backside linebacker's here. Front side linebacker attacked, inserted right here, taking away his pursuit angle. Quarterback booting back over here. Got this guy locked up, this guy locked up. These two here, they're not going to get there. All right, let's look at some from gun. All right, here they're in their gun, kind of a pistol look. As Coach Sadloch, I don't remember if it's on the part of the podcast that I shared with you a while ago, but he says the quarterback's heels are at 4 and the fullback's at 5. This fullback looks like he's more at 6. Well, yeah, he's at 6 because the ball's just a little bit across the 25. This one's going to come right at us. It's going to be belly sweep right. So there's no reverse out because it's from gun. There's no reverse out, so there's no time for that. So he's going to open up. So it almost turns it into a counter, kind of like a buck. And the fullback's going to come right here, and he should be bending back. See, all the misdirection displaces the defense, and it hurts. So the great thing about pursuit is you don't have to be the best tacklers when you pursue well, but when the fakes displace them, you don't have a whole lot of guys coming to the party. I think that rapid, all right, the front guard is trying to log right here. 50 won't be logged. Good job by the back reading that. Comes underneath it. And that wrapper missed that linebacker. Running back made him miss. But you're getting a good idea of what it looks like. Okay. All right, let's look at our third and final one. Again, it's coming right at us. Boom. This kid's going to make a house call. I intentionally left the fullback. I cropped him out so we get a better shot at the line. Again, he's trying to reach. Good job by the DN refusing to be reached. Refusing to be logged, what I should say. And that's the belly sweep from gun. And you could probably spread them out some and use some motion to run it, to make it fit into your scheme. Okay? And like that guy come in motion from way out, have him way out here. And you can see you do not need a tight end to run it because it's a split inside play. So if you're running something similar to what, is in my system manual or what other guys are doing nowadays with their gun T concepts or marrying the gun, or you're just a gap down backer guy and you're looking for an option for another outside play, because let's say your quarterback's not the speediest and you want to get the ball into a speedier guy's hands, this is a good play to consider here in the off season when everybody's looking for answers. Again, I cannot thank Coach Sadloch enough for sitting down and talking with us on the podcast. We talked for the better part of an hour, probably 50 minutes of the podcast is just us talking. And he's very forthcoming, he's very giving, and as he said at the end of the podcast, he's at a point now in his career where he just wants to give back. It's kind of like where I am in mine right now. So if you want to hear that podcast episode, it will be out on April 13th of 2025. That's Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast. All right, y'all, opportunity to support Football Talk with Coach Chip. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Coach Chip. buymeacoffee.com/Coach Chip. You can find us on Football Talk with Coach Chip on Facebook. That's the name of the group. That's well over 1,000 coaches right now. I've got some good conversations over there. Also, you can find me on Twitter/X. It's Coach Chip at Chip Seagle. Coach Chip at Chip Seagle. And don't forget, head on over there to buymeacoffee.com and buy me something to drink. And y'all know I don't drink coffee. Hello. Our free resources, if you want to be a subscriber, you can get access to these resources. The ones in red are the most popular ones that people are asking for them all the time. But look at all these others. Every one of them has been requested at one time or another, or they wouldn't be on the list. But over 50 free resources available for you. And all you got to do is click on subscribe, then email me and say, Coach, I'm a subscriber now. Send me this, and this. And as soon as I see the email, they'll be on their way to you forthwith. How you like that? Some old English right there. All right, here's your chance to explore any concepts we have talked about and get them covered further. You can hire me as an analyst on your staff. Because of modern technology and Google Meet, I can meet with you and your coaches, and we can talk about these things and go deep into them. Over 40 years of high school coaching experience is available to you, and I'm just an email away. Also available for in-person or Google Meet clinics, consultations, and installs. We can get it done. Get her done. Contact me at seagle.chip@gmail.com for more info. Again, thank you to Coach Sadloch. You can contact Coach Sadloch at Ed Sadloch, Sadloch, at yahoo.com. And you can find him on Twitter. That's where I found him, at Ed Sadloch. And he's a good follow on Twitter. Go over and check him out. All right, that's been it for this episode of Football Talk with Coach Chip. Until next time, y'all, be elite. All video clips contained on Football Talk with Coach Chip are meant for analysis, criticism, comment, teaching, and research by football coaches. We believe this falls under the fair use doctrine of the Copyright Act, Section 107.